At the MMAmadhouse, and I'm here with Branson Fight Club, Corbin, Sochocki. Man, what a war. 3-round war with Ray Allard. I've never seen you perform like that. I mean, it was so impressive, man. You made headways. Great fight for you. Take us through it.
Man, that was the hardest fight I've ever had in my entire life. It was, if you added up my first 4 fights, the time I was in the cage, and the time I was in the cage for this last fight, I just fought a total of more than my first 4. So that was the hardest test to date. Ray Allard is a true warrior. He took a change of opponent just like I did on 3 days' notice. On Tuesday, we found out that Joey Scanlon wasn't my rematch anymore. So now we got a new opponent that's about 6 inches shorter. So we adjusted the game plan. We didn't change it. But in there, man, I felt really strong. I felt really comfortable. I didn't expect his cardio to be as good as it was. We thought his cardio was going to be his problem, and he had heart, man. His cardio didn't slow down for one bit. I felt that I hit him with some big shots. We were supposed to sign off for the knees to the head, but he didn't want to, so if you don't have both parties agreeing, can't do it. That was a big part of my game plan, even with Joey or him, was to get a knee to the head, because that's been a big part of my game lately with Alex, our new striking coach. He's a Muay Thai coach. He's fought professionally in Muay Thai, and so the biggest part of my game was going to be clinching knees, and so when that was taken away, we had to improvise, adapt, and overcome. But that was the best fight I've ever had, and the best I've ever felt in a fight. There were about 2 or 3 times in that fight where I wanted to give up, and I was almost done, man. But I dug deep, and I just didn't give up, and I learned a lesson from that, so I'm happy.
So, I know you had a knee to the head, and they took a point away from you.
Yep.
You think that was the reason for the draw? You would have had the fight?
Yeah. I do think that, yeah.
I mean, Ray Allard has got almost 30 amateur fights. I mean, you couldn't have fought a tougher guy.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I know I fell a little bit short of getting that interim title. I really wanted to get it. That was my goal, but I will get a title eventually, because I'm not going to give up, and I let every single loss I either win or I learn. I never lose. So that fight with Scanlon, I learned. If you notice in my fight, whenever we went down to the ground, I stood straight back up, and I wasn't messing with any of that. I'm not going to get caught in any silly submissions anymore, because I know I have power in my hands, and I would like to fight Ray again. That was a great fight, and I just feel like he hit me with big shots, I hit him with big shots, and I'm not really sure where we were at. I haven't watched the fight yet, so I don't really know what it looked like, but it was a back and forth war. He's a true warrior.
Man, it was a war. I mean, it was definitely a crowd pleaser. So would you want to rematch with Ray next, or would you want to rematch with Joey next and get that flyweight title?
Either one, man, because I feel like I could have done better in both of them. So if it's Joey first, it's Joey first, and I feel like if it's Joey first, my stand-up is right where it needs to be, because as far as a stand-up challenge, I think that Ray Allard has better stand-up, and Joey's more dangerous on the ground. So I'm ready for either one, man, honestly. Yeah, whoever they put in front of me next is great.
I'll tell you my personal opinion, that was one of the top show fights that I've ever seen, and I've seen a bunch of show fights. Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Thank you. Go right ahead, man.
Just my family, man. Like my BFC family. There's so many different kinds of family I have. I got my work family that came here. My work bought a VIP table. I got my family. I think I sold 20 tickets to just my family, and then I got 4 or 5 buddies that came down here. So between all the support that I have, that's why I didn't give up in that fight. There were a couple times he caught me with a choke, and he hit me with some big shots. And there were times where I just wanted to give up, but I pushed through it. I listened to my coaches, and I knew that all those people were there supporting me. And my fire doesn't come from haters. My fire comes from my greatness, from my family, from my legacy. So I just want to shout out to them for everyone coming out and supporting me. I love you.
Hey, awesome fight, man. I'll never forget it. Man, see you next time in the cage, man.
Thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate it.
Man.